The body that is believed to be 22-year-old Gabby Petito was found in a Wyoming national.
I feel like I'm in a snow globe, but it's really starting to come down. Our continuing coverage of New York Flood Awareness Week.
Again, the warmer temperatures that we have this afternoon and the more sunshine, the more severe our storms.
From another camera, we have a special lens on it, and then we can see, what are we seeing through that lens?
And you said it doesn't have to fit in,
Doesn't have to fit perfectly. We can always fill in the gaps with more pieces later.
And what are this is like grass.
Which we want to showcase. That's why we will feature a local artist every Friday morning on 18 News
Around
Today.
the state, we're invited to the governor's mansion for breakfast and an open conversation about COVID.
There is a whole other life for these thoroughbreds after racing. Can you tell me a little bit about that? All right, well, welcome back to Jumpstart. We're back with Austin again. Last week we did our warm-ups.
Form of comfort food, which we all love up here. And I'm talking about my favorite, barbecue. Live from Tokyo. And Matt, I understand today was the first day of rain there. We've been tracking that tropical storm. 2 more people have been indicted in a case that has sent shockwaves across the state and beyond. We here at 18 News have an indoor garden of our own that we enjoy every single day.
That's right.
We want to reiterate that just because it's not raining doesn't mean that it can still be flooding. So you have a lot of animals to be
We have
there, right?
a lot of kittens at the shelter.
Got
and
a
we
surprise for Marissa here. She made me a plate. Check that out. So again, we could be dealing with some snow bands in this dotted line here where we could be dealing. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for our 18 News special report.
Some lightning with these cells here. Again, not too severe.
But just this little bit of snow has already covered them over, and we are getting
this, but I've been dealing with itching all summer long, and it's thanks to the mosquito. I have been. You can attest to that. Moderate risk of some large hail in some of these storms, but the high wind potential, that's actually going to be and west, so that would cover Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse, but that's not what's been happening this year. The transition of power came to an end at 12:01 this morning when Kathy Hochul officially became Governor Hochul.
That's right.
We're starting off at 48 degrees, so that's not a bad start, right? We should be starting off in the mid-30s this time of year. I can't believe it's already towards the end of October. So 48 degrees. Some of us are seeing some sprinkle activity right now. Take a look across the entire country. Really, the main activities across the Great Lake regions. And as we take a closer look there, you can see that's that low pressure system that's going to be pushing through tonight. Now, the warm front associated with this has already pushed through our region. That's why we're going to head back up to the 70s today. We made it to 74 degrees yesterday. We're going to aim for about 70 today, or the upper 60s for most of us. We do have some shower activity and pushing into western New York, across Rochester, here in the Twin Tiers regions. Just some shower activity and sprinkle activity, and most of that actually just confined up to the northern parts of Steuben County. Pushing now into Schuyler County, so don't be surprised if you do see some sprinkles early this morning, but that's not going to be the case for most of the day. We're going to remain dry. Futurecast even not doing a good job at picking up that sprinkle activity, but here we are at 9 o'clock. Again, most of us already dry, so that main event is going to be tonight as that pushes through. 4:30, still most of us dry, getting some peaks of that sunshine, but we will see overall increasing clouds as we head throughout the day. And then by 7:30, Steuben County getting in on the shower activity. Now this will be a shower event. These yellows and oranges that you're seeing, perhaps an embedded thunderstorm could be in there, so don't be surprised if you do hear a rumble of thunder, especially as we head through the overnight hours down into the northern tier, southern tier area. Could get a rumble of thunder, but mostly just a shower event as that cold front swings through. Now, once that pushes through, we're really not going to get much clearing tomorrow. We're actually going to get the chance for some more shower activity. Now, this is because we do have some cold air aloft. As that cold front pushes through, it's going to bring in a nice cold Canadian air mass. Cold air aloft means, and lower level moisture means some shower activity could pop up tomorrow. So again, we're not out of the threat for some rain even tomorrow. Actually, for the next week, we're talking about some possibly showers, but no washout days for us. Now, overall, rain accumulation, we're only talking about anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. Now, that 1/4 of an inch is really going to be where those heavier shower and some thunderstorms do set up as that cold front pushes through tonight. Winds, we're also going to be talking about. That's another story for today. Calm right now, but that's going to be different as we head into the afternoon hours. These hours here where we're 9, sustained 10, and 11 miles per hour, that's when we could gust up to about 20 miles per hour. That's going to be indicating that that cold front is making its way on through. There's our cold front again across the midsection of the country. country. That's going to be pushing through again tonight. Right now we're in the warm sector in the 40s to around 50 degrees. Heading up to about 70 degrees though. That's the good news for us. One more warm day. Increasing clouds. Chance for those showers increase as we head later on through the day into tonight. Tonight, that main event will push through. Again, anywhere from a tenth to a quarter of an inch. Thunderstorm is possible. Don't be surprised if you do see that rumble of thunder. Now, that's going to kick off a nice stretch of about average temperatures. I know it's relative because we've been warm all October, but those 50s actually are average for this time of year, and we're going to stay pretty gloomy. Now, toss it over to Andy. He's got our sports for us this morning. The worst thing is being at a wedding and just like being drenched in sweat.
Especially you. You're a sweater.
I'm a sweater. I overheat.
Yeah.
I radiate.
Although today's, like you've been saying, is going to be our warmest day, it's still not going to be, you're not going to be sweating.
No, you're not going to be sweating today. I know I have my two hats on today. I got the anchor man, and I'm also the weatherman today. Call me Al Roker. You got your own here today, Chelsea. But yeah, today talking only in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees. 48 degrees right now. That's not bad where we've been starting off this week. We were in the 30s for most days this week. I know I've been telling Chelsea that I've been wanting that cooler weather. Then once it got here, I wanted some warmer weather. So here we are today, back up to 48 degrees. Low pressure system off to our west. Warm front of this low pressure system already pushed through. So that's why we're talking about temperatures up into the 70s today, lower 70s and upper 60s for all of us. Now, did have some sprinkles move through, but that's going to be kind of it for the morning hours. We're not talking about much throughout the day. Only some warm temperatures and winds increasing as we head into the afternoon hours. Temperatures right now, 48 degrees, Corning, Tioga, Elmira, 54 in Hornell. Everywhere else, sandwiched right in between. Now, as we head through the day, winds calm right now. They're going to be cranking up to gusting at times to about 20 miles per hour. That's going to be the indication that that cold front is approaching from the west. Now, that pushes through tonight. We're dry most of the day. Rain event tonight into tomorrow morning. That's going to bring some big changes heading our way, which I'll have full details in my full forecast.
All right, thank you so much, Grant. 2 people have been injured during a rollover accident that closed off a street in Elmira early yesterday morning. The accident happened near the intersection of West Clinton and Grove Street. When our reporter arrived on the scene, one vehicle was seen on its side and another with heavy front end damage. The cause of the crash, as well as the condition of the drivers, has not been released yet by police.
And in Horseheads, first responders battled an early morning blaze on Wednesday in a hotel parking lot. A truck was found around 5 a.m. fully engulfed in flames, and witnesses reported hearing the loud booms of the tires exploding in the heat. You can see that right on your screen. Now, according to the Horseheads Fire Department, there were no injuries. That's good, but the incident is still under investigation. And multiple officers have been injured after 2 inmate attacks at the Elmira Correctional Facility.
That's according to NYSCOPA, the union representing the correction officers. The first incident all happening after an inmate left his cell. The inmate punched, kicked, headbutted, and tried to bite officers as they tried to restrain him. Then, during a second incident, 2 more officers were injured after an inmate fought them. The union says that happened when the inmate violated visiting room policies and refused a pat-down.
And Pennsylvania State Police are warning parents of an incident that happened in Roane Township on Tuesday afternoon. It involves an older man allegedly following a school bus and attempting to lure children. According to State Police in Towanda, an older man with a white beard followed a school bus in the northeast Bradford area on Wednesday. Now, the man allegedly honked twice and called over a young child, but sped off when the child's mother confronted him. Anyone with information is asked to contact State Police in Towanda at the number at the bottom of your screen.
Well, now to Hammondsport, where a man has been arrested after allegedly sexually assaulting a child under the age of 15. According to Steuben County Sheriff's Office, an unnamed 18-year-old was allegedly engaged in sexual intercourse with the young victim. The man was charged with rape and endangering the welfare of a child. He was arraigned and later released. Well, this is a story that's rocked the nations and had all eyes on this case. Human remains were found in the same area as some personal belongings of Brian Laundrie, the late Gabby Petito's fiance. He's been missing for over a month now.
That's right. What appears to be partial human remains have been found in Florida's Carlton Reserve in a location that was previously underwater. And there is still no confirmation the remains belong to Laundrie. Dasha Burns joins us now with the latest. Oh, a terrifying wake-up for one local man. An Ithaca man on a hiking trip was allegedly ambushed by U.S. Marshals because they thought he was national murder suspect Brian Laundrie. Severin Beckwith was with his girlfriend at their North Carolina hotel when they were woken up to U.S. Marshals bursting in with riot shields and guns pointed right at their face. Now, according to a report from the New Yorker, Beckwith was released, but Marshals reportedly suggested that he shave his beard.
From your local election headquarters. Election Day isn't until November 2nd, but early voting begins in New York coming up this Saturday, and it continues through October 31st. Now, any voter can cast their ballot as early as they want at their county's designated locations and times.
That's right, and the next Political Pundit Night will be 1 week from tonight, exclusively on our website, mytwintiers.com. Now, this will be the 25th Political Pundit Night, hosted by Dr. Stephen Coleman. The topic will be racism in America and the Twin Tiers. The discussion will cover such areas as healthcare and the COVID epidemic, along with police and the criminal justice system. Pundits will discuss this topic in 2 groups, and Dr. Coleman shares why this topic is so important.
We got to discuss it. We got to reach out and clutch the controversy and the issue and have discussion. Otherwise, if there's a lack of communication, there'll be continued racism and a lack of progress.
Now, again, the 25th Political Pundit Night will stream live next Thursday, October 28th from 7 to 9 p.m. You can find that only on mytwintiers.com. And have you heard gas prices? Well, they're continuing to climb across the country. Right now, the average U.S. price for a gallon of regular gas is $3.35. According to AAA, California has the highest average price of $4.52 per gallon. And at a gas station in Monterey County, prices reached a whopping $7.59 on Tuesday. Now, nationwide prices are at a level not seen since 2014.
Could you imagine driving up to a gas station and seeing that $7 on the screen? Well, luckily, there are ways you can save on gas. For starters, experts say you can drive more gently, which can make your car's engine operate more efficiently. That's why I go so slow. Additionally, shop around for the best price, and depending on where you live, there can be big price swings between gas stations. And even if the difference in price per gallon may only be a few pennies, it can add up to hundreds of dollars per year. And be sure to check out the various apps you can use to find the best prices along your route. That also helps. And industry experts also say it's worth looking into loyalty programs, which many major gas station chains have, and they generally are free and can offer cents per gallon discounts. My mom's on that one. She loves that.
Well, it's just getting more and more like stay inside.
Yeah,
because outside is too expensive. The time now is 6:39 in Sotocamo on 18 News Today.
Shaving for a good cause. The story behind giving a big chop to a 20-year-old beard. Stick with us. That story's coming up next.